Okay, so now that we've got some skills in using SketchUp, what I'd like you guys to try to do is to build a three-dimensional model of your race car. And I realize that some of you guys, or probably most of you, don't have your drawings and design work because you left it in the shop, and that's fine. Just do the best you can from memory. That's okay. So I'm gonna build my model here, and you might be wondering what's going on. There's two of them. I'm gonna do an advanced thing with this one and combine the two. You may choose to just use this one block to draw out your car. It's up to you. What I will say is that some of you guys will try to attempt the combination with the second piece here, and we can try that. Okay, but yeah. So at a very basic level, this is going to be fairly easy to do. I'm going to hit O for orbit, and I'm going to move around a little bit. I've got the side view I labeled here, and we can delete these later if we want to. But I'm going to draw the side profile that we're used to drawing on my car. You remember that there's this CO2 thing is in the side here, so we want to kind of preserve the middle area here a little bit. Um, and there's some different tools we can use. I can use L for line tool, and if I wanted to make a very straight edged, oh, and one of the things that sometimes happens is people draw stuff and it sticks out the side and stuff. So you see when I pause here, it says on face. You want to make sure that when you're drawing, you're hitting and the stuff shows up that's on face. The problem that happens is sometimes when people draw stuff it sticks out this way. And you see when I orbit around, and so if your stuff isn't turning out the way you want it to, it's because if you move around a little bit, the lines are sticking out the way they shouldn't be here. So let me continue here. If I wanted to do a very basic looking thing here, and then I can use the push-pull to take away these pieces, P for push-pull, and then I'm going to click on the portion I want to draw away, and then I'm going all the way to the edge where it says offset limited to one, whatever that distance is, 1.44 inches, and it goes away. And you can see I've got kind of a basic looking car here, and because I've done these straight lines, it's not too difficult for me then to do something like this where I can lay out some geometry. Let's say I want to build, and I can taper this. I'm just going to make this really easy on myself, but then I can delete this line here, and then I can use the line tool to go from here to here, and then you see how that filled in, and I can delete now these pieces here. And I can do the same thing here. So what I did was I just went down here, and then I can get rid of that one line, and then I can fill in to there, and then get rid of that. So you can see how I can sort of sketch in a little bit how I want to do this stuff, and it's even tapered on an edge there very nicely. I can come in a little bit here. I can and I'm using because these are flat surfaces. This is really easy for me to do this kind of thing here. In a second, I'll do some of the stuff. So if I want to bring this in, I can go to the midpoint here, and then come back out again here. So this is one way you could choose to fill that in. Let me back up a little bit. You know what I could have done was I could have gone here. This would work better if I go straight down. You see how I get this blue line? That means I'm on the blue axis. I'm going straight down, and it hits. See, it hits the bottom of this before it gets to this edge. Okay, so I want to do that, and then if I pull over here, oh, I thought that was going to fill in, but it didn't. But I think I blew away that bottom, so I got to try that again. I got to do that without. I got to try to achieve that without getting rid of my bottom, or at least I need to do the other side, and then I can add the bottom back in. So it's not quite done yet, but you can do this kind of thing to the other side fairly easily. L for line, hit that bottom. I'm going to orbit over here so I can see the end of that other line. Escape to get out of that, do the line tool again to there. This block is in my way. And I can put a line here. So now if I get rid of, nope, too much. So I can always Control Z to undo is your friend. So if you take out something you didn't mean to, you can back up. So using just the line tool and the push-pull tool, I'm starting to build a nice three-dimensional shape for my car here. So at this point now I want to maybe think about getting some nice colors. I can color the whole thing, but maybe I wanted to put, if we can put the number on. If you want to make your number over here, where would be a good spot? Is that a flat spot? Yeah, we can put a number on the side. I'm going to use the rectangle tool. And I built a rectangle. This is about the size I want my letters to be, and I'm going to double click on it, use the move tool, and hold down the control key to make a duplicate. You're going to see what I'm going to do here in a second. Okay, I'm going to build my letters inside, or my numbers I should say, inside these. So if I use the another tool is offset, and that's good to make zeros here. I probably should have made my zeros and then duplicated them. And I can use the line tool. I didn't know I could do that. See, for circle, let's make it it's 0.7. No, let's make it 0.65. A little bigger. Okay, I like that size of that a little better. We'll push this up. I can type in a fraction, so if I want it to be an 1/8 inch thick, there's an 1/8 inch. I can use F for offset, and it creates this shape here in the middle. Make a little bit of a hub. I can, normally these would be black, but I can make them any color I want. Spacebar, triple click, select all, paint. There we go. I'm going to triple click on this. I'm going to right click and make it a group. We're going to make a group, and we did a little bit of this in the other assignment. The reason I want this to be a group, it's going to be easier to move things around. So I'm going to come over here and I can grab a hold of these little red crosses right there with the move tool, and I can turn this up right now. I want to turn it up 90 degrees, let it lock in at 90 degrees. I need to move it into place. Maybe right about, can we find a midpoint there? Yeah, now it'll let me place it at approximately the same spot on the other side. I don't know, kids, that red is not looking awesome against this these other colors. So I can double click. If I double click on this group, I can go into this group, triple click, select the whole thing, Go back to my paint bucket. Let's look at some other colors. Oh, I can click on this guy. I'm going to use the M for move tool, but I'm going to hold down the control key to make a duplicate. M for move. Hold down the control key. You see I get that plus sign there? And that's what you want to do here now. Instead of moving this guy, we want to make a copy. You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it back here. I'm going to do this one first. I'm going to make a copy and put it, make sure it's selected, and I'm going to put it right there. And now I'm going to make another copy. M for move. Go over here. Problem is it's inside out. I want to flip it around the other way. So I need to go to the move tool, turn it around 180 degrees, and then go back. And what I'm doing is I'm grabbing a hold of it at this hub, and I'm letting it snap to the midpoint along this line. So it's hitting one line, hit the other one. Okay, so if you have some trouble getting it to go to a spot, try changing your view and do it again. There it goes. It wants to hit that line now. And close enough. Close. Yeah, you're going to have a hard time with the placement of the wheels. Just do the best you can. Grab a hold. Make sure this guy is the one that's selected. Otherwise, you're going to end up moving your car. Control key. And hit this midpoint here. Where's that mid? There's the midpoint. So try to get the wheels on. There's my dragster.